Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this one, we're going to start working on AZ500 Azure Security Technologies newer series of labs. If you go to the GitHub from Microsoft Learning, there are multiple different versions of AZ500 labs. And I chose to do this one because this seems to be fairly recent and they have made updates to all of these lab instructions about as late as like 5 days back. Okay, so most of them, other than few files, they look, a month old at max, most files. So this is probably going to be a very good and most up-to-date series of labs. There are only 15 that we're going to complete, and that should give you a good understanding of things that you need to cover during the Azure 500 examination. So let's just get started with the RBAC one, which is the role-based access control. So in this one lab scenario, so we are going to create a proof of concept showing how Azure users and groups are created, and also how role-based access control is used to assign roles to groups. So a few things that we're going to complete: create a senior admins group containing the user account of Joseph Price as its member. Then create a junior admins group containing the user account of Isabel Garcia as its member. Then we're going to create a Surface Desk group containing Dylan Williams as its member, and we're going to also create a fourth group. We're going to assign the virtual machine contributor role to the Surface Desk group. So 3 groups, 3 users, and this one gets a particular role. For all resources, we're going to use the East US region, and there we go. So again, 4 objective, 4 exercises, and should be pretty straightforward. So what we'll do, we'll start with the first one: create a senior admins group with the user account Joseph Price as its member. And so go to the Azure portal and use the Azure portal to create a senior admins group. So those are the tasks that we're going to complete. So we're going to go and let's just sign in to Azure portal and do it yourself as well. So portal.azure.com. I may have already logged into the account, so I don't have to log in. Yeah, I'm already there. So the next thing you do, you go to the Azure Active Directory. So that's what you use to manage everything in Azure. So just search for that one and go to Azure Active Directory, and you should have the Active Directory loaded, and you have the users and groups. Okay, those are the main things that we're going to work on, and roles and administrator we're going to look at some little bit. So the next thing that we're going to do, go overview, manage, and select users, and we are going to add the new users. As I said, go to users and add new users. So let's just try that. And over here we're going to use the name is Joseph. Okay, so create user. I'm just going to start with the name, which is Joseph, and the last name, the username is Joseph, and name is actually Joseph Price. So let's see, username is Joseph, name, put the Joseph Price, and username I'm gonna use the Joseph. And really that's all is needed. Click the copy icon next to the username to copy the full user. Ensure that auto-generate password is selected. So you copy this full username in your clipboard, and then auto-generate password, it's good. And then what you do, you just create the users, and that's about it. So create the user, and what I'll do, I'll open up a notepad over here, and in this notepad I'm going to save this particular username that we have just created. So come back over here, and the next thing that we want to do is do the next task. So we create the user, so let's create the group. So next time we're going to go to the group, we're going to create a security group, and we're going to name it senior admins, and membership type would be assigned. So come back over here and again go back to users, then so Active Directory groups, and then new group, and you're going to call it security group. This is the name of the group. So membership type is assigned, which is what we wanted. click the no owner selected and add owners, and we're going to add Joseph Price to the group. So no owners selected, we're going to select Joseph Price and select. So we're going to add Joseph Price as the owner of this group. And no member selected, we also add Joseph Price as the member to this particular group. So no member selected. Where is my Joseph Price? Like J-O. There we go, and select. So we are adding owner. Joseph Price is the owner and he's also the member of this group. I think that's all we need to do, and we're gonna hit create. So that group should be available to me. Very similarly, we're gonna create a junior admins group containing the user account of Isabel Garcia. So this time what they are saying, use PowerShell to create a user account for Isabel Garcia. So what we'll do, we'll come down over here and we're going to go to the portal, and we're going to use the Cloud Shell and use the PowerShell window. And over here we're going to run this particular command, and it's a simple, very simple command. Shouldn't be too difficult to understand. So if you paste this, so it's creating a password profile, new object, type name is microsoft.open.azure.ad.model password profile. So we're creating a password profile, hit enter. And so the next, what is the password that you're going to put in the password profile is, this is the password that we're going to use. So paste it there and hit enter. So that is the password. And what we'll do, from the PowerShell in the Cloud Shell, we're going to connect to the Azure and then we are going to get the domain name. So it's another command, that get Azure tenant details dot verified domains and then .net. So you can copy this one as well over here. Come back down here and run this command. So that got the domain name is now saved in this particular variable. So now we are ready to create this particular user. So we're going to run this particular command, and there we go. So now you have a member created whose display name is Isabel Garcia, and that is the full user principal name. I'm going to save this one as well in here. Okay. Alright, let's come back over here. So we have done this, and finally what we can do, we can run this get dash Azure AD user. If I run this command, it should show me, it should show me all the users that I have. So let's just try that one out, and it should see it's Isabel and Joseph. So both of them are available to me. Okay, so that's wonderful. That's I wanted to check. And then let's do a clear on it and come back over here, go back. So we have done those two. Next thing that we want to do, we want to add Isabel to a new group, and the name of the group is the junior admin. So now we have to create the group. So copy this command and we'll run this command over here. So this command, it's a new Azure AD group. So now this group is now created. It's pretty simple. Display name junior admins, mail enabled is false, security enabled is true, mail nickname is junior admin. So it's a security type group. So now next thing that we need to do, if I run this get Azure group command, so we should see bunch of groups. So global admin and the senior admin, those two we just created. I already had few groups previously that I created for my own purposes. And then finally what we want to do, we want to add this particular user back to the group. So we need to store the user, that Isabel, to a user variable first. So let's just do that. So that is going to store the user, get Azure user, mail nickname Isabel. So it's taking the Isabel, storing the user properties within the user variable, and now we can run this add AD group member. So here we are going to add Isabel to this particular particular Active Directory group, and the name of the group is junior admins. So we have done with this one, we have done with this one, And now if I do this command, get AZ AD group member, and then look and ask for, okay, show me all the members for this particular group, we should see Isabel showing up. So let's see over here. So there we go. So Isabel, she is part of this particular group. So this task is done, and the next is create a service to group containing the user account type Dylan Williams. So again, this time let's use Azure CLI. So come back over here. Instead of PowerShell, we're gonna move to Bash, and this one should go pretty fast as well. So this command is gonna pick up the domain name, Azure AD signed in user, show query user principal, cut d at f-2 said. So this command, if you know Linux, you probably, it's pretty easy for you to follow. At least you know what's going on. If not, just know that it's just storing the name of my Azure AD tenant using this particular command. So let's paste over here. One thing I didn't mention, so at any point, if you want to see what is going on, you can always do this echo and domain name. So anytime this command is done, what is stored is this. Okay, so this is my user I'm running, so it took up my username and put it in there. Okay, so in the bash session within the Cloud Shell, run the following to create the user Dylan. So I'm going to copy this one, and what I'll do, I'll come back over here and paste it over here. So this one just created a new user. Okay, the user, so Azure AD user create, display name is Dylan William, password is pa55w.rd1234, and user principal name is Dylan at domain name. So we need to take a look at this one. So we got, let's see what we have. So we got that one done. Okay, so this long is the domain name. So if you look at over here, azlabs9000@outlook.com. So azlabs9000 outlook.onmicrosoft.com, that is the domain name that I'm having. If you come over here, azlabs9000 outlook.onmicrosoft.com, that is the domain name that I'm having right now, since I do not have any dedicated domain name assigned to my domain at the moment. So that got created. So if we run this command, so this one we just ran to create that particular user. Now I can run this command to see the list of users, and we better see Dylan over here somewhere. So IT admin Dylan right there. Okay, you see. So we created this particular user using the CLI command. Now next thing, we're going to add the group by running the AZ add group create, display name, service name, mail, nickname, service desk. So let's copy this one, come back over here, go down, do a clear on it, and run this command, and that created the user group. So now if I run this command to check the list of list of groups, click, so junior admin, service desk, and the senior admin. So over here, look over here, junior admin, service desk, and senior admin. So we got all the groups that we needed. They all got created. Now we can get back to the user like this. User is going to take the user properties and store it in the user variable. Copy this one, and just like what we did in PowerShell just a minute back. So we ran this one, so we got this, and then what we want to do, we want to get the object ID of this particular user, and by running this particular command, so paste, and what we'll do, the next is we're going to add this user to the service desk group that we created. So this script, I think I didn't copy that properly. Okay, I can click that one to copy properly. So paste. So here all we did, we passed the object ID of this particular user, okay, and to this particular command. So that should take care of it. And finally, if you run the list of members in that particular service desk group, you should see Mr. Dylan as part of this group. Okay, so that's all we needed to check. And if you come over here and also want to take a look at what's going on the portal, now if I refresh this, we should see the junior admin, senior admin service desk, and all of them got the assigned membership, and the service desk should have the member. There is one user, and that members, if I go there, is the Dylan Williams. That's the one that we just completed. You can review the others at your own time. So let's move to the next one. So the last exercise is about assigning the virtual machine contributor role to the service desk group. So this one is also pretty simple. All we want to do, create a resource group and then assign the service desk virtual machine contributor permission to the resource group. Now you could apply this permission to even subscription, but it's recommended that you go down to the minimum level where you absolutely need to provide this permission. So what we'll do, we'll go down, create a resource group, AZ500 Lab 01. So come over here, go home, create a resource and resource group, or you can just search over here, resource groups, and click on that one, click on create, and when it comes down, you provide, what you do, you create a resource group name is this, and then east-us, and that's all we need. So once the resource group is created, we can go to the resource group, and if you see on this access control, from here we can assign the user that role. Okay, that is the role based assignment. So over here, once this is done, again we are in the IAM control, as I said. Add role assignment is what we need. So come back over here, add role assignment, you can click on that one and see we need what do we need, virtual machine contributor. So copy that one and look for virtual machine contributor. So this is the role that you need, so hit that one, hit next, and is it user, group, or service principal? So that is the one that we need. You can click on select member, and Dylan is the person we want to add to this particular permission. We want to give that role to Dylan. So click on that one, select, so he is there now, hit next, and review and assign. So that person, if he is logging in, he will be able to deploy, create virtual machines and stuff like that. So there we go. Repeat the same last two steps to check the access for Joseph Price. So let's see, we did something else. So let's come back over, assign the service desk virtual machine contributor permission. So we did virtual machine contributor, we did that. In the list of search results, select Dylan, we did that. Dylan Williams assignment, we did that. Close. Repeat the last same two steps to check the access for Joseph Price. Okay, Joseph Price, I thought we didn't want to add Joseph Price to anything, so let's just make sure over here as well. Dylan we added. Assign the virtual machine contributor role to the service. Oh, okay. So service desk group. So what we want to do here at the last one, so come down, you want to add the whole group and not the particular user, most likely. So over here, let's see, come back over here, add role, select service desk. So don't use the user, so come back over here. Let me fix this one. So role assignments, so contributor, not contributor, virtual machine contributor. So hit next, and next. Members, I don't have any, so select members, and here we are gonna select service desk. So instead of choosing a particular member, we should have selected the group name. So anytime you are putting a member to the particular group, that person will inherit all the permissions and be a virtual machine contributor. Okay, so review and assign. So we are assigning this role to this particular group, and hit, and it's the role is now added. So what we do on display, check on the access, on the check access tab, search by name or email. So come back over here and check access, and over here we're gonna check access for say Dylan. Okay, so come back over here. Did we save down? We didn't save down, but that's okay. So we are gonna look for Dylan Williams. Okay, so let's just copy that one and search by name or email address, and then look for what kind of access he has. So he has role, group assignment, he is a member of the service desk, and he's a virtual machine contributor. And if you want, you can go over here and you can look at your assignments and say this assignment that I added this particular assignment, I can get rid of this and say yes. So but now service desk, I'm going to keep this one. So go back to Dylan again, so do a refresh. I'm just going to refresh from here, and because we just we added that guy by his email, so I'm going to recheck his permission. So if I checking his permission, you see that now there's only one permission, and he's inheriting this permission because he is part of the service desk, and service desk got the virtual machine contributor role. So what they're saying also, let's check the permission for Joseph Rice, and that guy should not have any access. So let's just validate that. So if I click on, get rid of this, look for Joseph Rice, click on Joseph Rice, and you see that Joseph Rice, we have not given him any role-based access control to any of our Azure resources just yet. So that's about it. So we have completed all the work tasks that we needed to do for this lab. We looked at role-based access control, how to create users and groups, and how to assign permissions to a particular group, and then the group members would inherit all the permissions from the parent group. Okay, if you like the video, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, that helps the channel a lot, and let's meet in the next lab and keep working and preparing for AZ500. Good luck.